Don't let a simple mistake turn your daily drive into a costly catastrophe. Let's peep into the top blunders that can ruin your car's engine and your day. But let's get real for a second. We've all been there, turning the key, pressing the ignition button, and nothing. Or worse, strange noises, sputtering, and a whole lot of stress. Well, today, we're going to talk about the sneaky mistakes we make when starting our cars that can damage them. Those little habits we think are harmless might be secretly sabotaging our poor vehicles. Let's get right into it. Don't keep cranking that starter if the engine won't turn over. This can damage the starter motor and leave you stranded. When you turn the key or press the ignition button and the engine doesn't start, it's natural to try again. However, repeatedly cranking the starter can cause significant damage to your car. The starter motor is designed to turn the engine over a few times before it starts. However, when you continue to crank the starter, it can overheat and wear down. This can lead to premature failure of the starter motor, which can be expensive to replace. Moreover, excessive cranking can also drain the battery. The battery is designed to provide a burst of energy to start the engine, but repeated cranking can cause it to drain faster. This can lead to a dead battery, leaving you stranded. Furthermore, cranking the starter for too long can also put additional stress on the engine. The engine's components, such as the pistons and rings, can become worn down, leading to decreased performance and potentially even engine failure. In addition, excessive cranking can also cause damage to the ignition system, including the spark plugs and ignition coils. This can lead to misfires, decreased performance, and potentially even engine failure. Cranking the starter for too long can cause significant damage to your car's starter motor, battery, engine, and ignition system. It's essential to be aware of the potential risks and take steps to avoid them. If your dashboard is flashing a low battery warning, don't ignore it. Starting your car with a weak battery can put extra strain on the starter motor. When it comes to our cars, we often tend to ignore the warning signs that something is amiss. We might think that the strange noise or the flickering light is just a minor issue that will resolve itself. But the truth is, ignoring these warning signs can lead to catastrophic consequences that can leave you stranded, injured, or even worse. One of the most common warning signs that we tend to ignore is the low battery warning light. We might think that it's just a minor issue, that the battery will somehow magically recharge itself. But the truth is, a low battery can cause a range of problems, from difficulty starting the engine to complete system failure. When the battery is low, the starter motor has to work harder to turn the engine over. This can cause the starter motor to overheat, leading to premature failure. And if the battery is completely dead, you might be left stranded, unable to start the engine. Another warning sign that we often ignore is the temperature light. We might think that it's just a minor issue, that the engine will somehow magically cool itself down. However, the truth is that an overheating engine can cause catastrophic damage to the engine and its components. When the engine overheats, the coolant can become degraded, leading to corrosion and damage to the engine's components. The engine's pistons and cylinders can also become warped, leading to decreased performance and potentially even engine failure. In addition to the low battery and temperature lights, there are many other warning signs that we tend to ignore. We might ignore the strange noises coming from the engine, the transmission, or the brakes. We might ignore the vibrations or the shaking that we feel when we're driving. We might even ignore the warning lights on the dashboard, thinking that they're just minor issues that will resolve themselves. But the truth is that ignoring these warning signs can lead to catastrophic consequences. It can lead to engine failure, transmission failure, brake failure, and even accidents. It can also lead to costly repairs, towing fees, and even rental car fees. So, what can we do to avoid ignoring the warning signs? The first step is to become more aware of our car's behavior. We need to pay attention to the strange noises, the vibrations, and the warning lights on the dashboard. We need to take note of any changes in our car's performance, no matter how minor they may seem. The second step is to take action when we notice something is wrong. We need to schedule an appointment with a mechanic as soon as possible, even if we think it's just a minor issue. We need to be proactive rather than reactive when it comes to our car's maintenance. The third step is to stay on top of our car's maintenance schedule. We need to make sure that we're getting regular oil changes, tire rotations, and brake pad replacements. We need to make sure that our car is properly serviced so that we can avoid any potential problems down the road. Ignoring the warning signs can lead to catastrophic consequences that can leave you stranded, injured, or even worse. We must become more aware of our car's behavior, take action when we notice something is wrong, and stay on top of our car's maintenance schedule. By doing so, we can avoid any potential problems and ensure that our car runs smoothly and safely for years to come. Are you making these mistakes? No need to stress. I've got you covered. Subscribe now to learn what to avoid, what not to do, and how to make your car last a lifetime. Hit that subscribe button. Make sure you're in park or neutral for manual transmissions before starting the car. Starting in the wrong gear can seize the engine or damage the transmission. Shifting into the wrong gear can be a recipe for disaster. It's a mistake that can cause significant damage to your car's transmission and engine, leading to costly repairs and potentially even accidents. Despite the risks, many drivers are guilty of improper gear shifting, often without even realizing it. When you shift into the wrong gear, you're putting unnecessary stress on the transmission and engine. The transmission is designed to handle a specific amount of torque and stress, and when you shift into the wrong gear, you're exceeding those limits. This can cause the transmission to wear down prematurely, leading to costly repairs or even replacement. The engine is also at risk when you shift into the wrong gear. The engine is designed to operate within a specific range of RPMs, and when you shift into the wrong gear, you're forcing the engine to operate outside of that range. This can cause the engine to overheat, leading to damage to the engine block, cylinder head, and other critical components. In addition to the damage to the transmission and engine, shifting into the wrong gear can also cause a loss of control. When you're driving at high speeds and shift into the wrong gear, you can lose control of the vehicle, leading to accidents and potentially even injuries. Furthermore, shifting into the wrong gear can also affect your car's fuel efficiency. When you're shifting into the wrong gear, you're forcing the engine to work harder, which can decrease fuel efficiency and increase emissions. The consequences of shifting into the wrong gear can be severe, and it's essential to take steps to avoid it. By being mindful of your gear shifting and taking the time to shift into the correct gear, you can help prevent damage to your car's transmission and engine, reduce the risk of accidents, and improve fuel efficiency. It's also essential to understand the common mistakes that can lead to shifting into the wrong gear. One of the most common mistakes is rushing through the shifting process. When you're in a hurry, it's easy to get distracted and shift into the wrong gear. Another common mistake is failing to use the clutch properly. The clutch is designed to help you shift gears smoothly, but when you don't use it correctly, you can shift into the wrong gear. Don't overcrank the starter if the engine is already flooded with fuel. This can lead to further starting issues and potentially damage the engine. Flooding the engine is a common mistake that can have serious consequences for your car's health and performance. It occurs when the engine is cranked repeatedly without starting, causing an excessive amount of fuel to enter the engine cylinders. This can lead to a range of problems, from difficulty starting the engine to costly repairs. When the engine is flooded, the fuel can't be ignited properly, causing the engine to misfire or not start at all. This can be frustrating and embarrassing, especially if you're in a hurry or in a public place. But the consequences of flooding the engine go far beyond mere inconvenience. Repeatedly flooding the engine can cause damage to the spark plugs, fuel injectors, and other engine components. The excess fuel can also seep into the engine's oil, contaminating it and reducing its effectiveness. This can lead to premature wear on moving parts, increased emissions, and decreased fuel efficiency. Furthermore, flooding the engine can also cause damage to the catalytic converter, a critical emissions control component. The excess fuel can cause the converter to overheat, leading to costly repairs or even replacement. In addition to the mechanical damage, flooding the engine can also lead to safety issues. A car that won't start or is running rough can be a hazard on the road, especially in heavy traffic or inclement weather. It's essential to understand the causes of flooding the engine to avoid this potentially disastrous mistake. One of the most common causes is repeated cranking of the engine without starting. This can happen when the engine is having trouble starting or when the battery is weak. Another common cause is a faulty fuel system. A clogged fuel filter or faulty fuel injector can cause the engine to receive too much fuel, leading to flooding. In some cases, flooding the engine can be a sign of a more serious underlying problem. A faulty ignition system, clogged air filter, or malfunctioning engine computer can all cause the engine to flood. Bypassing the ignition system might seem like a quick fix, but it can damage electrical components and leave you with a bigger problem. Hot wiring your way to trouble. The dangers of bypassing your car's ignition system. Hot wiring a car is a term that's often associated with theft and illegal activities, but it's also a practice that some car owners may use as a quick fix when they're having trouble with their ignition system. However, bypassing your car's ignition system can lead to a host of problems, from electrical fires to costly repairs. When you hotwire a car, you're essentially bypassing the ignition system safety features and directly connecting the battery to the starter motor. This can cause a surge of electricity to flow through the system, which can lead to a range of problems. One of the most significant dangers of hot wiring a car is the risk of electrical fire. When you bypass the ignition system safety features, you're removing the protections that are designed to prevent electrical fires. This can cause a spark or arc to ignite flammable materials, such as fuel, oil, or plastics, which can lead to a devastating fire. In addition to the risk of electrical fire, hot wiring a car can also cause damage to the electrical system. When you bypass the ignition system safety features, you're subjecting the electrical system to a surge of electricity that can cause damage to the wiring, connectors, and other components. This can lead to costly repairs as well as safety issues. Hot wiring a car can also cause damage to the starter motor and other engine components. When you bypass the ignition system safety features, you're removing the protections that are designed to prevent the starter motor from overspinning. This can cause the starter motor to wear down prematurely, leading to costly repairs. Furthermore, hot wiring a car can also cause problems with the car's computer system. Modern cars rely on complex computer systems to control everything from the engine to the entertainment system. When you bypass the ignition system safety features, you're disrupting the car's computer system, which can cause a range of problems, from faulty sensor readings to complete system failure. In addition to the technical problems, hot wiring a car can also lead to safety issues. When you bypass the ignition system safety features, you're removing the protections that are designed to prevent accidents. This can cause the car to stall or lose power, leading to accidents or other safety issues. Hot wiring a car is a practice that's fraught with danger. From electrical fires to costly repairs, the risks associated with bypassing your car's ignition system are simply not worth it. If you're having trouble with your ignition system, it's always best to seek the advice of a qualified mechanic or locksmith. They can help you diagnose the problem and find a safe and effective solution. Remember, when it comes to your car's ignition system, it's always better to be safe than sorry. Don't try to start your car with a key that isn't properly programmed. This can damage the ignition system and leave you locked out. Using the wrong key to start your car may seem like a harmless mistake, but it can have serious consequences for your vehicle's ignition system and overall security. Modern cars rely on advanced keyless entry systems and immobilizers to prevent theft and ensure smooth engine operation. However, using the wrong key can disrupt these systems and cause a range of problems. One of the most significant risks of using the wrong key is damage to the ignition system. Modern ignition systems are designed to work with a specific key, and using the wrong key can cause the system to malfunction. This can lead to problems with a starter motor, ignition coil, and other components, resulting in costly repairs. Using the wrong key can also cause problems with the car's immobilizer system. Immobilizers are designed to prevent the car from starting unless the correct key is used. However, if you use the wrong key, the immobilizer system may become confused, leading to problems with the car's engine management system. In addition to the technical problems, using the wrong key can also compromise your car's security. If you use a key that is not programmed into your car's immobilizer system, you may inadvertently disable the system, making it easier for thieves to steal your car. Furthermore, using the wrong key can also cause problems with the car's computer system. Modern cars rely on complex computer systems to control everything from the engine to the entertainment system. Using the wrong key can disrupt these systems, leading to problems with the car's performance, fuel efficiency, and overall reliability. In some cases, using the wrong key can even cause the car's engine to fail. If the ignition system becomes damaged, it can cause the engine to overheat, leading to costly repairs or even engine replacement. To avoid the problems associated with using the wrong key, it's essential to ensure that you are using the correct key for your car. If you have lost or damaged your key, you should contact a qualified locksmith or the car's manufacturer to obtain a replacement key. Using the wrong key to start your car may seem like a simple mistake, but it can have serious consequences for your vehicle's ignition system, security, and overall performance. By ensuring that you are using the correct key for your car, you can avoid the problems associated with using the wrong key and keep your car running smoothly and securely. That's a wrap for now. Smash that like button and be sure the notification bell is on for more videos like this for you. Don't let simple mistakes sabotage your ride. Stay safe, save money, and keep your car healthy. Share your mistakes and horror stories in the comments below.